Bread and butter pudding is one of those desserts I crave when it's chilly outside. What I love about it is it's so simple to do and it's really flexible. Now with my bread and butter pudding today, I'm not going to be using bread. I'm going to be using soft and fluffy wraps. They work really well with it. And instead of doing just a classic custard bread and butter pudding, I'm going to be doing a chocolate bread and butter pudding. Now I need to make the custard first, some thick cream, about 400 milliliters of thick cream into a pot, along with a little bit of milk, so half the milk, 200 milliliters of milk, and I'm going to warm this up until it just comes to the boil. While that's happening, we can get onto the eggs for our custard. 4 eggs, I'll crack them into a big bowl and I'll whisk these eggs with some sugar. Now I'm only using 3 tablespoons of sugar in the custard because I will be adding some chocolate and hazelnut spread to it, so that's already sweet. So 3 tablespoons is the perfect amount, and then I'll give this a really good whisk. Now let's have a look at our cream and milk mixture. That has come to the boil, so I'll take it off and we can pour this in. Now to ensure that these eggs don't split, constantly whisk the eggs and slowly add in the milk and cream. And that's the custard done. This is such an easy recipe to do. Okay, now for the bread element of the dish. Soft and fluffy wraps are fantastic because they're going to absorb all the flavors from the eggs, the chocolate, and the orange. Spread them out. I'll need 6, and then with our chocolate and hazelnut spread, generously spread this over each wrap. Now you can be really creative with this. You could add a little bit of jam. Raspberry jam works nicely, marmalade jam. You could even go as far as using peanut butter for your choice of topping. So this is the perfect amount. And then with your palette knife, just spread that out evenly. Now I'll cut them in half. This is just going to make it a lot easier to mold into our gratin dish or baking dish if you like. And then I've pre-buttered this, so lots of butter. Then we can start adding the wraps. So just starting from around the side, almost like a collage, overlap the wraps so they fit nicely and you can't see the bottom of the dish. I actually really like how the wraps are just poking out the side because they're going to go a little bit crunchy in the oven. Now for some extra flavour, a little bit of orange zest, almost like that jaffle flavour. Chocolate and orange love each other. And now we're going to add some Frangelico. Now Frangelico is a hazelnut liqueur. Fantastic with this. You could also use a little bit of Grand Marnier, which is an orange liqueur, if you have that at home. Just a small amount. And to make this extra chocolatey, some grated chocolate. I'm using dark chocolate over the top. And now we can add our custard. Carefully pour that over. The amount of custard will depend on how large your baking dish is. And this is going to soak in, almost give it a little bit of a jiggle so some of that custard goes between the layers of the wraps. Now for some extra crunch, I'll add a big handful of demerara sugar, sprinkle that on the top. This goes into the oven now at 180 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the custard is golden brown on the top and it's set. Oh, have a look at this very impressive bread and butter pudding. See how puffy and golden brown it is? It's perfect. And I love how crispy the sides are. So just to finish this off and to make it look extra special, I love the addition of extra chocolate. So sprinkle that over the top, just grated on a box grater. And to show off the hazelnuts in the pudding, a few more freshly chopped hazelnuts that have been toasted and a light dusting of icing sugar. You know, my dad would make bread and butter pudding for us as kids once a week, but he never made a chocolate and wrap combination. I think when he sees this, he is going to love it and he's going to steal my recipe.